Hi everyone, and welcome to another unboxing video of mine. With the recent 11/11 event, I actually went online and shopped for this particular piece of earpiece. And after 1 month of shipping, it has finally arrived at my doorsteps. Right, so this is the Shuoer S10. You may or may not have heard of Shuoer, the brand. They are more well known for their flagship earbuds, which I believe is the Shuoer tape, powered by an electrostatic driver. There's actually a lot of glowing reviews of the earbuds online, and in this case, they are also very expensive as well at about 120 US dollars. And this particular S10, right, is actually, I believe, the cheapest earbuds that Shuoer actually produces, right? They cost about $38 to $40, but I actually got them at about $34, $35, so a little bit of discount. Right, so this particular packaging, I believe, is actually quite typical of Shuoer, cylindrical box and some promotional stuff on the sleeve out here, right? And as you can see, there's actually two different versions of the S10, right? Two different types of the S10. One with two balanced armature and one with a single balanced armature. This particular version I have is actually the two balanced armature version. So yeah, and in this case, there's also two color choices, right? One is gray and one is blue, but I believe they call it midnight cyan, right? More on the color choices later, and they are not exactly choices as you would think they are. But anyways, let's continue. Here we have a frequency response diagram, which is actually very nice of Shuoer to actually show you at a quick glance what the frequency response of the earbuds are, in case you want to know. And these are the specs. I believe this is the Chinese version and this is the English version. And if you actually pay attention to this part, you'll notice there's actually two different specifications for the gray one and the cyan version. So a little explanation, by me, right? I believe they actually show it on their website, whether it's AliExpress or TaoBao, depends on where you get it. But there's actually two different tuning, and they separate the different tuning by colors, right? So if you want to get the gray version's balanced armature is actually tuned more towards the lower frequency. So in this case, you get much more lower end response from the gray version, whereas the balanced armature of the cyan version is actually tuned more towards the upper end. So your upper mids, your trebles, they'll be more pronounced on this particular model. And that is essentially the color choices. If you want the higher end tuned version, you actually have to go for the cyan version. So when I say that the colors isn't actually choice, that's what I meant. The gray is more tuned towards the low end, and the blue is more tuned towards the high end, and that's it. There is no blue version that tuned towards the low end. But anyway, enough of me ranting about this particular weird customization that Shuoer have, and let's get to the unboxing. Right, first let me remove this sleeve. Again, typical Shuoer packaging, comes with cylindrical shape, and yeah, these are the earbuds themselves. Here, let me have a closer look, since I already came off. And I believe the top end, the face, is actually made of aluminium magnesium mix. Here you have the dynamic driver and the two balanced armature, I believe you already seen here, and the body is polycarbonate and it has a metal nozzle as well. Right, I believe it doesn't show up that well on this camera, but the blue is actually slightly more dull than what is showing up right now, and a bit more purplish than it actually is. So just do keep that in mind, that the colors that you're seeing now is not really 100% accurate, right? So let's continue with the unboxing. Right, so what we have here is the Shuoer warranty card. I believe it is in both Chinese and English. And a silica gel, and a metal earbud. A metal earbud casing. Feels very light. Seems to be made of aluminium. And it's actually have some sort of foam on the inside. Very nice. And yeah, I believe this is the spare silicone ear tips. and the 3.5mm 90 degrees headphone jack and MMCX cable. I believe this is 1.2 meters, right? And yeah, so this is essentially the unboxing video for the Shuoer S10. And yeah, the reason I choose to make this video is because there is simply no video of this particular earbuds on YouTube, or at least the ones I could find, right? And hopefully this video actually explains to you like some of the weird choices that Shuoer actually took with them. Like in this case, the color essentially decides what type of tuning it has, and that the two versions of the S10 that is actually available. So you essentially have four different earbuds, four different versions of the S10. So if you are planning to buy this particular earpiece, please do take note. So when you actually go ahead and buy them online, you actually make sure you get the correct version, whether it's the single balance armature version or the dual balance armature version. Right. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching.